name is Ruby Joy, and I am exploring the role of Miranda in the Playing for Free workshop.
My name is Noam Lior. I'm a PhD candidate at the Drama Center at the University of Toronto.
I'm Davon Steele. I'm a second-year actor here at Ryerson, and this workshop was afforded to us because our university is doing it in collaboration with a couple other organizations and universities.
And who are you playing?
I'm Trinculo.
Hi, I'm Aiden Gouveia, and I'm a second-year actor as well here at the Ryerson School of Performance. And we were all recommended by our lovely Cynthia Ashberger to participate in this workshop in collaboration with McGill and UBC and U of T. And I'm playing Stefano.
My name is Bobby Markov. I'm also in second year. I'm in the same class as these guys, and I'm playing Ferdinand.
I kind of bounce back and forth between working with actors and working with scholars and talking about acting in kind of scholarly environments. And so one of the questions for me throughout a lot of my work is how scholars and scholarship can be integrated into the rehearsal room and rehearsal processes. And I don't think we've answered that particularly, but I think there's something really wonderful about this model where we're all asking questions. We engage as sort of co-experimenters, and I think there's a lot of really great work that happens in this structure about recognizing and acknowledging and valuing the different kinds of knowledge and skills and competence that scholars bring in and that actors bring in, so that we're all bringing different perspectives to the same work.
Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed, but there's more work.
Is there more toil? Since thou dost give me pains, let me remember what thou hast promised, which is not yet performed me.
How now? Moody? What is't thou canst demand?
My liberty.
Before the time be out, no more.
I prithee, remember I have done thee worthy service, told thee no lies, made thee no mistakings, served without or grudge or grumblings. Thou did promise to bake me a full year.
Dost thou forget from what a torment I did free thee?
No.
Thou dost, and think'st it much to tread the ooze of the salt deep, to run upon the sharp wind of the north, to do me business in the veins of the earth when it is baked with frost.
I do not, sir.
Thou liest, malignant thing. Have thou forgot the foul witch Sycorax, who with age and envy was grown into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
No, sir.
Thou hast!
I think some people might assume that the actor's place is not to look at it in a scholarly way, but I think it actually informs our work immensely to have a historical, contextual, social look at what's going on to enrichen the work that we're doing and to create humans out of this more broad social context.
Yeah, going off that, I think it's also, it keeps you aware of the ideas and messages you're trying to portray when you're doing the play and the scenes and what the audience perceives and how we can show that effectively. So.
Thou, my slave, as thou reportst thyself, wast then her servant. And for thou wast a spirit too delicate to act her earthy and abhorred commands, refusing her grand hests, she did confine thee, by help of her more potent ministers and her most unmitigable rage, into a cloven pine, within which rift, imprisoned, thou didst painfully remain 12 years, within which space she died and left thee there, where thou didst vent thy groans as fast as mill wheels strike. Then was this island, save for the son that she did litter here, a freckled whelp, hag-born, not honored with a human shape.
Yes, Caliban, her son.
Dull thing, I say so. He, that Caliban, whom now I keep in service. Thou best knowest what torment I did find thee in. Thy groans did make wolves howl, and penetrate the breasts of ever angry bears. It was a torment to lay upon the damned, which Sycorax could not again undo. It was mine art, when I arrived and heard thee, that made gape the pine and let thee out.
I thank thee, master.
Thou more murmurest. I will rend an oak and peg thee in his knotty entrails till thou hast howled away 12 winters.
Pardon, master. I will be correspondent to command and do my spriting gently.
Do so. And after 2 days, I will discharge thee.
What shall I do? Say what? What shall I do?
Hearken, my dear.
To spend 2 days exploring one theme is so enriching because you're given the time
Right.
to explore that. Yeah, and then it's in you.
Right.
forever.
Exactly.
The historical context, the societal context, the cultural context, all of those things coming together definitely informs your process and your acting. It changes how you think of these characters and why Shakespeare chose these characters to interact with each other in this way based on what he was experiencing in his lifetime. I think it's fascinating, and it's something that every actor should have the benefit of being around, being with all those scholars and just talking about the play. I think was just such a unique experience that I think is so important.
This play, because of the way it's layered with colonial resonances and the ways in which it has been layered with colonial and post-colonial and anti-colonial meanings, there's different stakes now,
Yeah,
culturally to where the changes are, and yeah, I mean, again, we haven't solved any of that, but for me, there's a lot of value in sort of in asking those questions: who changes, when do they change, why do they change, what are they changing from and to? I think it's a good dramaturgical tool. So I'm enjoying just bringing that toolkit to work on this text.
This island's mine! By Sycorax my mother, which thou takest from me! When thou camest first, thou strokest me, and made much of me, wouldst give me water with berries in't, and taught me how to name the bigger light, and how the less that burn by day and night. And then I loved thee, showed thee all the qualities of the isle.
What's so amazing about Miranda is her capacity for empathy and her ability to love, and that comes out in these very unusual ways, and that she gets to discover so much in the play, and there's such a history that she has already discovered that we don't get to explore as an audience, but is referenced in her history with Caliban.
Right.
That is prequel to the text of The Tempest. So I mean, like any play, the amazing thing is you get to inquire about a human through experience.
Right.
And through playing.
All the charms of Sycorax! Toads, bats, light on you! For I am all the subjects that you have, which first was mine own king. And here you stymie in this hard rock, whilst you do keep from me the rest of the isle.
Most lying slave, whom stripes may move, not kindness, I have used thee, filth as thou art, with human care, and lodged thee in mine own cell, till thou didst seek to violate the honor of my child.
Oh! Wouldst that been done? Thou didst prevent me. I had peopled else this isle with Caliban.
Well, what I hope from this presentation is that people hear something they never heard before, right? In the play. A line that they hadn't clocked, or a thought that they hadn't explored in that same light. I think it's a really useful thing to listen to different voices say a text that you may or may not know. I mean, particularly if you do know it, to have a different voice in your head when you are exploring it, so that it's not simply one idea of that text, but you're coming at it from all these different angles.
Our revels now are ended. These, our actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits and are melted into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, yea, all which it inherits shall dissolve. and like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made of, and our little life is rounded with a sleep.
I think a deeper understanding of Shakespeare's language comes from a deeper understanding of the experience of conversion and how that's changed throughout history. And these two just wind together like strands of DNA, and that is what makes the complete picture.
Yeah, and also just looking at the play with this focus gives you something to anchor yourself in understanding a text that's so foreign to us today. So, yeah.
And we can understand that this foreign text is actually really familiar,
Exactly.
grounded
yeah.
in
Yeah.
our everyday existence in the 21st century.
Yeah.
And, I think, cheekily, the title Playing for Free is so awesome in this, particularly in reference to this play, because so many of the characters play for their freedom.
Yeah.
And explore and trick or deceive or magic for their freedom. And Miranda is full of wonder for it and is open to almost everything in the play.